to have Chevonna Gaylor as my special guest expert today. You are a licensed marriage family therapist.
Yes, I am
in
a
the
licensed
state of
therapist.
California.
I sure am.
And I'm excited about your book. I always love to meet authors. Your book's The Emerging Healer, adding insight and impact to your mental health work. Tell me, what was the muse and inspiration for writing your book?
Well, there were several pieces. I really, as I went to school, UCLA undergrad, and in Illinois, I did my graduate work, and every single theory, every book, every textbook, as many of you who are educated are aware, you'd open it and the faces never looked like me. The faces of power and authority and intellect always were typically white males. And I wanted to change that because I knew that we had something to say. So the way to change it is to write the books.
Right.
If I write the books and the theories, then they get said. And I also happen to have tragically lost my dad, who I love so much, and he taught me some valuable life lessons, and I wanted to change the face of power in the field of mental health and tell his story at the same time.
Wow. Okay. So it's a mix. It's a conglomerate of
Absolutely.
It's like autobiographical. It's clinical.
It's interwoven. His story is interwoven. My story is interwoven, and you can't help but think about and process your own story while reading it, while adding some clinical insight.
Okay. And tell me about you. You're born and raised here in California?
Yes, I'm a Cali girl,
Cali
for
girl.
sure. And
Okay.
went to Illinois with my wonderful husband. He had a great opportunity, and we lived there for about 6.5 years.
Hometown.
Yes,
Okay.
we love Chi-Town. Definitely. Stand up. We had an amazing experience. It felt good to raise the children for a while in the Midwest. More authentic, more genuine, some snow. But now this Cali girl needed her flip-flops. So we came back, and now we're back in California and loving and enjoying being back home with family.
Wow. And you've been married 16 years, so I feel like that's even an added bonus as a therapist.
Absolutely.
You really can give real world insight to anyone who needs your help. So.
Every therapeutic experience, I offer 3 different components. The clinical, of course, having practiced for over 13 years, the textbook, and then the real life. Like, I've lived a lot of the things that the parents that I work with, or the kids that I work with, or the spouses that I work with have dealt with, I've dealt with, and I've made a lot of the same mistakes they're making. So why just learn from my mistakes?
Let me help you.
Let me help you.
Right?
I mean, I've learned a lot, and yes, but if you don't have that life experience, I think something is lacking. So I'm able to integrate all 3 of those components to offer meaningful clinical insight.
Wow, I'm so impressed by you.
Thank you.
So impressed. Well, I have some Ask Chundria viewers out there that need a little advice. So, of course, I went straight to an expert, and I asked you to come out today. So I'm going to read some of our questions that they have for me. The mother of my 5-year daughter suffers from mental illness. She and I haven't been together since she was a year old, and I've had full custody of her since then. Despite my attempts at maintaining a relationship between my daughter and her mother, she has proven not to have any sincere interest or ability to be a mom. Now, ever since the mother's program at my daughter's school, she's been more frequently asking to see her mother and spend time with her. This is already proving to be a traumatic experience for her, causing her to be very emotional and have recurring nightmares. I feel she is too young to understand what her mother is dealing with. In the meantime, can you provide advice on how we can both better cope? This is from Alan W.
Well, Alan, first of all, I want to say good job. You can tell that you are committed and you love your baby girl very, very much. So kudos to you. Also, you are concerned about protecting her. Most of us as parents want to protect our children.
Right.
However, this baby girl is very smart, and she needs to know a little bit. She needs to hear from you in a way that is age appropriate. So yes, we may not want to divulge all of mom's challenges or give her mom's diagnoses, but I think that there's a couple things that your daughter really needs to hear. Number 1, she needs to hear all of the beautiful things about mom that she possesses. She needs to know that there's a piece of goodness in her that came from her mother. because anything that she's receiving or experiencing that's negative in regards to her mother, she internalizes and sees that in herself. She knows she's a piece of this woman. So if she's hurt by her, she wonders, am I not enough? Am I bad? Am I incompetent? Am I insufficient? So she needs to know that whether it's you have mom's beautiful eyes, or when I first met your mom and she had a great smile, you have that. So any positive qualities that you know came from her mom, and this is going to take a lot in you because you're sacrificing and working hard. You really need to have that conversation with her. Let her know that the absolute best of you and mom came together to create her. That's number one. Then number two, let her know that maybe mom may not be available. She may not be able to be the mom that your daughter needs, but that it is not a representation of her being insufficient in any way, that she is perfectly whole, she's beautiful, she's amazing, she's intelligent, and she is loved. It is mom's inability, not your daughter's lack. That's really important for her to hear. Reassure her consistently as you do that you're there. So number one, tell her all the good things about herself that she gets from mom and you. Number two, have an age-appropriate conversation with her about the fact that maybe mom is not able to be the mom that she needs right now. And number three, let her know that that has nothing to do with her any lacking in any way. It's all maybe some growth or some area that mom needs to work on. And reassure her, lastly, that you are there for her.
And kids are so smart.
Very.
At an early age, they're able to identify and pick up on you know, those types of things. So you know.
She's already feeling it.
This one comes from Amelia. Amelia says, I have had my heart broken a time or 20 and since developed serious mistrust of men with the exception of my own father. I've been engaged twice in the last 5 years and have grown weary at the thought of being single forever. More often than not, I feel like I'm in my own way when I meet men. However, it's hard to let go of the idea that men will flip the script on me and break my heart. How can I fix myself and get my happily ever after once and for all?
Wow, Amelia, thank you for your honesty. And it sounds like dad gave you that stable force, which is why you're hungry for it, because you've had a positive male figure in your life. So first I want to tell you, Amelia, your picker is off. It is off. So that doesn't mean that the negative things that happen to you in those relationships or the negative things that these men did was your fault. Absolutely not. However, we do need to figure out the fact that what it is that you're choosing in men that continues to perpetuate this cycle. What's going on? Why are you picking these losers? Your picker is off. I love that you said you wanted to work on you. Absolutely. Work on you. Look at the commonalities in all of them. What is it that I'm looking for? And find out if you can get that need met in a healthy way. Sometimes the things that we desire and that we're drawn to are positive qualities, but we look for them in a negative way. So if I know that I really admire strength, maybe I've had a tragedy in my life, something negative happened, and I'm kind of fearful, so I look for somebody who's strong. Sometimes I may be led to someone who's aggressive, right? Because I'm looking for strength. I'm not looking for aggression. I'm looking for strength. That aggression is kind of there. And so when I get into this relationship and they're kind of aggressive, I was drawn to their strength, but I was misguided. And so when they become more aggressive, then I become scared or I'm in an unhealthy position. So maybe if I'm really, really desiring strength, let me say, okay, I do want strength, but I also want intelligence. I want somebody who can maybe be a little aware of and control their emotions. Maybe somebody responsible, maybe somebody with a decent background. So I do want strength. I desire strength, but what other qualities and what does that strength look like in a healthy way for me in my life? So definitely, yes, the picker is off. Yes, work on you. Look at some of the commonalities in the men that you chose and see if maybe those were desirable traits, but maybe we can make sure that we mold that desire in a way that's healthier for you in your life moving forward.
Okay, that's excellent advice. Excellent advice. And I feel like it's something that so many women are experiencing of all walks of life, all ages. You know, you reach that point where you want to be settled down, you want to be in relationships, and it's hard to avoid, you know, you think about the past relationships or, you know, what do the last X amount of relationships have in common? Why do I keep picking this particular type of man? You know, and it's so much searching that we have to do it ourselves, you know, and if you don't start there, how can you just pick up in the middle and you know, have those same expectations?
Absolutely.
That you're going after, or that are coming after you, rather.
Absolutely. I mean, the important thing, and one of the factors that I live by, is the fact that you can heal. And the healing comes in truth and honesty. So everyone has the opportunity. We all go through stuff. I can't control whether you go through pain or I go through pain. We have no control over that. But what we can control is whether that pain is going to hold us down or whether it's going to make us stronger, wiser, and propel us forward.
Right.
That's the only thing we have control over. And so are we gonna not re-experience that same amount of pain? Are we gonna move forward? Are we gonna really strive and thrive because that pain made us better?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You are so wise. Well, I'm excited about all that you're doing. Thank you for the excellent advice you've given today. And if you're out there, check out her new book, The Emerging Healer, and find the healer being healed in yourself. So thank you so much. How can people get your book?
My book is available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Most places books are sold, and it's also now an ebook. So iBook, Kindle, all of those ebook. And for the 1 year anniversary, I'm gonna go ahead and do an audio book. So I can't wait to tell you. So you get to hear the Emerging Healer in my voice. You'll already hear my voice when you're reading it. It's very conversational and a very quick and easy read. So I'm excited, and I really, really hope that you have the opportunity to read it. It's transformative. So be ready to do the work when you read it, though.
Yeah, very good. Congrats to you.
Thank
so much for
you.
talking
Thank
to me
you
today. I
so
really appreciate
much.
it.